Hello, we're going to start our tour with the Thor Citation 2018 24 ST with the 100-watt solar panel mounted on the roof, along with the 13,000 BTU low-profile air conditioner, which keeps the total height of this vehicle just under 11 feet. You see the forward hatch, the furthest away from the camera, that opens into the living area to give nice ventilation. There are two additional ventilators with fans. This particular one goes into the bedroom where there is a multi-speed control. The bubble just ahead of the solar panel is the skylight that's in the bathroom, and just ahead of that is the other fan for the bathroom. This semi-round item here is the onboard TV antenna, which can be directionally adjusted to improve signals. That works quite well. And this is the signal booster for the internet that has its own card in it and can be used with a separate subscription. I'm panning now over the 15-foot electric awning, which does have lights on it for use at night. We'll take our trip down the coach now and take a look at the rear of it as we come down, and we see that just here is the backup camera that gives a really nice view of the back of the coach when we're trying to get into a parking area. So we'll come on down the ladder, we'll finish up in the back, get a good nice view of the end cap of the coach here. And you can see at the bottom that there is a full-size receiver, and the vehicle will pull up to 5,000 pounds. We'll move along the side here, work our way toward the front. We see that the vehicle has one of the largest basements or through-pass storage areas of any Class C on the market. It goes all the way through to the other side, and is easily accessible from either side. As we look at the exterior of the coach along the way here, we see that the windows are low profile and do not have frames, so it makes for a much nicer look, and at the same time gives better sealing qualities. The paint on the vehicle itself, and it is a paint job, these are not decals, this is full paint, so unlike the units that have decals on them, they will not fade over time. So here's a nice side view of the vehicle. Down below, we see our connections for city electricity, for city water, also for cable. And in addition to that, there is an outdoor shower so that you can get the mud off without carrying lots of nasty tennis shoes and stuff in with you when you go in. We've just recently added a brand new set of stainless wheel covers. Here in this port are the access points to our black and gray tanks. The freshwater system holds 42 gallons, and the gray tank as well as the black tank hold just about half of that amount each. Here's our 16-pound LPG, liquid propane gas tank. The LPG powers the hot water heater, it powers the major furnace, and it also powers the generator when we've got that running. This unit has one slide out, and this slide out on the inside of the coach is where the two theater seats and the table are located. Moving along to the cab, we see, and on both sides we have nice full fiberglass running boards, and so we've got two easy steps to get in. It's very easy to climb into the vehicle. We'll go through the dashboard and the other parts here in just a couple of minutes. On both sides we have nice full mirrors with magnifiers that give us a very nice view, and in addition to that, this vehicle comes equipped on both left and right with auxiliary cameras, and when you turn the turn indicator on, the cameras are automatically keyed, and you can watch on the large screen in the dash to give you an additional margin of safety. As we look at the front of the Mercedes 3500 chassis, 188 horsepower, we will notice, especially for those of us that maybe are a little bit shorter, the very front edge of this bumper is a step, so it makes it a heck of a lot easier to get to that windshield and clean it. Coming around to the other side, we see that we have the awning fully extended in this beautiful morning sunlight. So we've got some nice shade. There are windows at the top of the coach on the front, as you can see, sort of triangular shape. And those guys are so that the person who is in that top berth has a nice view of the outside. So as we approach and come along the side of the vehicle, we have the entryway with a full screen door. We also have a very large storage area. Again, one of the neatest things about this particular RV is that it has a tremendous amount of storage, much more so than you find in the average coach of this size. The first of the 3 televisions is behind this lift-up door, and you can see both here and here we have external marine quality stereo speakers that can be connected to that television. There are 3 sets of stereo speakers that are separately controlled by the control unit in the coach or by your cell phone via Bluetooth connection. You can control each of those separately as to both balance and treble and bass and so forth, and volume. Each one can be handled separately. So moving toward the back of the coach, here's our Cummins Onan RVQ 3600 LP generator. It has a total of 55 hours use time on it, and the oil was changed at 45 hours. So it's got 10 total hours on a new oil change. One other item which I would share with you back here, as this is an LP connection so that you can connect to a propane barbecue pit. One of the other things that I would point out is that each of the storage areas is lighted with a very bright LED light. All of the lights in the interior, other than the lights in the cab itself or in the cockpit, are LED. So we're going to walk into the coach now. We'll take the cockpit last. We have a nice grab handle right here on the left-hand side, and another grab handle to get in if we need it. And as we go into the coach, what we see are our 2 theater chairs. That plate on the floor right there is where we put the dining table. These chairs are both fully reclining, so you can actually sleep pretty darn comfortably in them. Each of them has its own separately controlled reading light, and there you can see both of the speakers for the living room area as well as 110 electrical outlets on either side. Additionally, we have a carbon monoxide register down here along with the 110. And then as we look over the top, we have this lovely and spacious cabinetry, all solid wood. We have a USB power station right here, which is a brand new power station. It was just installed about a week ago. And then looking across the top, that black bag that you see there, its purpose is to hold the covers for both the windshield and the side doors for both privacy and ventilation. They have an accordion style fold-out mechanism, and the door units have magnets on them, so they all go on very easily. We see the first of our 2 forward-facing air conditioning units. We have separate air conditioning ventilation and heating ventilation, and there, of course, is our smoke detector. And then this is the second of the 3 television stations. It's here in the living room. It's on an articulating arm, so it can be pulled out and can be aimed in any direction. We're going to come back in just a few minutes to this control center. We'll focus now on the kitchen, which is just aft of the entryway. Large stainless steel sink with lots of storage, a side table that pops up. In addition to that, we have a combination convection microwave oven and a single true induction cooktop burner. Again, lots of storage space in the kitchen area, and nice space in which to work. Moving slightly aft, we'll first take a look at the mid-size, or in my mind, full-size refrigerator and freezer. In a unit the size of a C-class vehicle, this refrigerator and freezer are very large and accommodate a pretty significant volume of cold storage, and it automatically switches from gas to electric depending on what is the most efficient methodology to keep things inside cool. The bath is next. The next bathroom will be on the starboard side of the vehicle facing forward. It is a double door unit which makes for both privacy as well as a larger bathroom. If we open the single door to the left, what we've now created is a private space between the rest of the living area and the large bedroom in the back. Additionally, there is an accordion shade that pulls all the way across, but this is the simplest way to create privacy for the master bedroom. We see that we have this very nice vinyl flooring, and in the bathroom space, once we're here now, we've got a nice medicine cabinet with a great mirror. 110 plug is just below the sink, and we have another 110 unit over on the wall. This is the control for the unlimited hot water heater. As I said before, this is gas powered or LPG powered, and does a heck of a good job. Here's our full-size shower, along with the skylight that we saw from the top, as well as the fan-controlled vent. Nice storage area. Again, additional medicine cabinet over the full-size porcelain commode. And then we'll take a quick look. That's a heating duct down there, air conditioning ducts at the top, central heating ducts at the bottom. The other thing that we can see here as I crowd myself into the shower just a little bit is that with both doors open to the bathroom, we have a full-size bath. So there's no crowding in the bathroom at all, which again makes for a really nice feature in a coach this size. So we'll move now toward the bedroom. And the first thing that we see is that we have full-size hanging storage and drawer storage. Down there at the bottom is our fuse box for master fuses for the entirety of the coach. And again, we have solid hardwood cabinetry throughout. Top storage all across. There is our vented multi-speed fan, and we have installed insulation along each of these top cabinets for hot weather. It makes a significant difference in terms of the heat. That's the panel for both the solar and controller for the internet unit. The roll down shades are spring loaded and give both nice privacy as well as nice reduction from light. In the master bedroom, we have a full control for the generator, on and off, master switch for the light, and master ceiling lights, so that you can turn those on and off from the bed. Again, this is our third television unit that's wall mounted in the bedroom. That's on a stiff mount. And we've got a 110 plug down here, as well as more drawer storage along the way. The bed converts very readily using this cushion along the edge, which goes right here in the middle to make better than a king-size bed. We see the third set of speakers up right next to the individually controlled reading lights, so as not to disturb other folks who are inside the vehicle. And taking a quick look, and then we'll march forward to the cockpit. We have the ladder installed here, and the ladder just fits into those slots, so it makes it easy for whoever's staying in the upper berth to get in and out. You will see here that this is the tabletop and the pole that connects the table to its stanchion, and those two cushions up front are used when we turn these two fully adjustable captain's chairs. They will rotate 360 degrees. If we rotate them 180 degrees, we put those two cushions on top. And their purpose is to raise the level of those seats to the level of the living room so that we have an additional conversation area. And we see that if the berth is not occupied, there is a shelf with spring loads on it so that we can get into the cockpit area without hitting your head. And very nice storage throughout the whole unit. The USB charging station comes in especially handy along with this netted area to put telephones and iPads and so forth. And again, these lights here above the theater seats are individually controlled for reading at night so as not to disturb other people. Let's move forward into the cockpit. We've got lots of nice overhead storage at the very top. And then as we work our way down, we've got armrests that are fully adjustable in multiple positions. The cockpit is very comfortable and very beautifully appointed. I want to take just a couple of minutes to talk about the Fusion infotainment system. It's manufactured by Garmin. It is an AM/FM radio as well as a CD player and an awesome navigation system. This unit, when we first got it, we used our telephones. It's what we were used to using. And then once we got used to this, it was so much better because you can set this unit specifically for the size of the vehicle, that is the width and the height, and it will tell you if you are on marked highways whether you're too heavy, too tall, or too wide for that particular highway. And the navigational features are great because the screen is so large, much nicer than watching your telephone. One of the other additional features of having the screen this large is when we use those side cameras for our lane changing, as well as the backup camera, we have a really nice unobstructed view. We'll take a quick look. This is a safety device. That is a reader or a monitor. That's connected to this device. And the purpose of this particular piece of equipment is to let us know when we're too close to the vehicle in front of us at a 2.5 second interval, although you can change that. So it keeps us basically from getting on other people's bumpers. The windows, as you can tell between the windshield and this smaller side window, the side windows do have additional custom tinting. And there is also an additional, you can see across here, there is additional tinting across the top edge of the windshield. Full glove compartment storage. Water glass storage here. We'll take just a minute to look at some of the cockpit devices. We do have full Bluetooth connectivity for your telephone, so you can answer hands-free. This is a message center, which will give us electronic monitoring for both the oil as well as the diesel exhaust fluid or the DEF. And we'll talk more about that as we go along. But it's a very nice system in terms of being able to monitor the most important features of the vessel. And we see here that we have a speed control or a cruise control, and we've got our lights and our windshield wipers over here. We're going to conclude our tour with, here's our fire extinguisher. We're going to conclude our tour this morning with a brief look at the Jensen Bluetooth DVD app ready for both Android and iOS. AM/FM CD. This is a control center that you can connect with your Bluetooth and operate all three sets of speakers. And it's a pretty darn good communication system with nice speakers. Down here is our master control system where we control, we have our home button, master lights, climate, the slide out and the awning, and other settings. From here we can control our lights, all the lights for the vehicle. From here we control the climate. air conditioning, as well as heat pump, which is designed for temperatures down to about 28 degrees, and that is electric powered, as well as the furnace, which is both gas and electric, which is used below 28 degrees, and we can set that reliably on automatic, and it'll take care of what it needs to for us. Over here are the controls for both the awning and the sofa slide out. If we come back home, the other things that we'll notice here are the tank monitors that tell us approximately where we are in terms of full versus empty. You can see here our LPG is just about full, and both our black and gray tanks are close to empty, and our fresh water has about 1/3 of a tank. Here is our generator control. From here we start and stop the generator, and as you can see, the generator has a total time since its first use of only 55 hours. The green monitor both the voltage in the house as well as in the chassis. Both of these units have apps that you can connect directly to your iPhone that make it very convenient to use. And that's going to conclude our tour this morning of the 2018 Thor Citation 24 ST.